Yes. Hi, Jen. So we are live on YouTube, and as usual, every Wednesday, 8:30 to 9:30, we meet here and we talk on the secrets of living a full life. Yeah. Okay. I'll just get back. Yes. All right. So, welcome to the Secrets of Living a Full Life. F stands for fearless, U stands for unstoppable, L stands for loving, and L stands for limitless. So, living a fearless, unstoppable, and limitless life is what I do. And that is what I ask each of you to do because it is possible. So, today we are having two beautiful teams who are uh, Disha. I think you can mute yourself because the background sound is too much. If it's yours, and when you have to say, you can switch it on. Yeah, again, it's come on. So it's evident that you stay beside a road. All right. So we are going to start the debate on the topic of fear being good or fear being bad. So let me take the strikers, or the delightful Daksh and dashing Disha. You're speaking about?
We're speaking about that fear is bad.
That fear is bad. So let the bad thing comes first, right?
All right, ma'am.
All right, Daksh. So what is your take and why do you say that fear is bad?
Well, ma'am, me and Disha have lots of reasons to why we think fear is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll list a couple of reasons why, and then I'll pass it over to Disha ji.
Okay, fine.
Before I get started, I just want to know if everyone is at home. Yes?
Yes, we all are at home. At least I am at home.
Okay, okay. Just an advice. Next time your bell rings, just don't open the door. All right? Yeah,
Okay,
just
I didn't open the door.
yeah, no, no, no. Whenever the bell rings, no matter who it is, don't open the door.
Okay.
And now I'd like to start with why fear is bad.
Yes.
I believe fear creates various obstacles in life, on both personal level and social level. And one of the reasons why I think that is because fear makes you stay in your comfort zone. uh, what
Mm-hmm.
what it does is that, uh, because you're fearful of a lot of things that can happen in your social life or even personal life, so you
Mm-hmm.
choose to stay within a bubble because it offers you comfort.
Correct.
And because of
Hey,
that,
one sec. So you mean to say fear is a bubble of comfort?
fear can make you stay in your bubble of comfort. Because of
Wonderful.
fear you may just not want to come out.
Correct.
And another thing is that fear causes overthinking and it hinders decision making. Now, because of fear, whatever it is that you may fear, you would think that, you might think too much about it, so much so that you cannot, uh, like, find a peace of mind. You can't focus on the tasks at hand. And there's like this fear is going to be looming over your head. And
Hmm.
because of that, it will lead you to falter or make bad decisions or not make the right choices in life,
Hmm.
both short term and long term.
Hmm.
And and because of these bad decisions, it'll just lead you further into, maybe not enough productivity, bad performance at work, bad performance, maybe when you're doing like a hobby or something.
Hmm.
So it starts off with, it could start off with something very simple, but even small fears, they leak into big aspects of your life.
Oh,
And
yes.
because fear is something that it could be small, you could neglect it, or you could even ignore it. And then, but the thing is that if you don't take care of your fear, if you don't face your fear, then it will stay with you, and honestly it will affect you negatively the more you let it loom over your head. And I do agree that little bit of fear is fine, but the more you rely on fear as a method of maybe increasing your productivity, let's say the fear of a deadline, you use it as some kind of like a like
Hold on. That is not for you to share. You're only talking about fear being bad.
right, but what
When
I'm
you
saying,
refute, you can use it. When you refute, you can use it.
okay. So yeah, these are the couple of things, reasons why I feel that fear is bad. And I'll pass it over to Disha ji.
Hello.
Ha, Disha ji.
Ha, good evening. Hello.
Yes, good evening. Good evening. We can hear you. Disha, you went on mute. Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
I'm Disha and I'm in search of finding right Disha.
Super.
Now I can say fear is bad. Yes, fear is bad because fear obstructs, spoils our life. Although acronym of fear is false evidence appearing real, but its impact lasts for a long period. Fear obstructs our mental, physical, emotional, and psychological health. It arises uh, with the threat of harm. Always we are in the threat that fear will harm, but still it happens. Fear is, we can say, it is oldest and strongest emotion of our mankind. It is bad and unhealthy because uh, make us more cautious and prevent us doing our desirable works. It may be rational, irrational, or primal fear. All are threatening. Fear creates a vicious circle. When it turned into anger, anger into anxiety, and anxiety into panic attacks, which results in overthinking, low self confidence, underestimation, many types of phobias. We can observe the physical discomfort too, in the form of breathlessness, gastrointestinal issues, fatigue, migraine, asthma, sweating, and further big disease.
Correct.
I know one of my dear one who suffered a lot due to this fear. She deserved a healthy, prosperous life, but this unseen fear spoiled almost her 25 years.
My God.
She had many types of fears, and the basic was fear of approval. She wanted to be a good wife, good mother-in-law, good, what you say, in every field she wanted to be, because it was expected of others. So that created pressure on her. And in that fear, in that pressure, fear, she spoiled most of her lifetime. And she wanted to be punctual, perfect cook, perfect tutor, whatever. She had to take care of children, anything. And she wanted, in that fear of approval, she tried to please every family members and to try to match their requirements. And doing all this day in, day out, she lost herself, resulting in very, very low self-esteem. She lost she lived with zero stamina. It is like life has to be go on.
Correct.
That's it. So her example shows that fear is really very bad.
Yeah.
And if one has to overcome this, then there is only way, fight or flight.
Okay, we'll come to the overcoming part later on.
Okay.
You have put your ideas. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Continue.
health is most precious wealth. So due to this fear, if we are losing it, then we can say fear is bad and fear is bad. That's it.
Wonderful. A huge round of applause to this wonderful group, which is DD Squares.
Thank you, ma'am.
Delightful Daksh and dashing Disha.
Thank
Superb. You have
you,
presented it very well. And I must say, Palash, you have a wonderful voice. So
Thank you,
next
ma'am.
time, I would want the audience also to encourage Daksh in a way that, he really comes onto the screen. So Daksh, so next time you will not be allowed not to, be hidden behind the camera.
Okay, ma'am.
So that was the group, or what is your group name?
We are actually called the Lighthouse, and our slogan is.
No, don't tell your slogan now. We'll come to the slogan later on.
Okay.
So that was a Lighthouse group who have so well presented their idea about fear being bad. Okay. So I don't know whether the fear was so bad that it threw Jinendra out of this Zoom room. And what fear was it? I don't know. So he's coming back. Jinendra, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have the next group. And what is the name of the next group?
Fighter.
Fearless Fighters, right?
Fearless Fighters. Yes,
wonderful. So Jinendra and Siddesh, you can, who's proceeding first?
Ma'am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You want to start?
Jinendra, you want to start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have Jinendra from the Fearless Fighters team who's going to speak about fear is good. Let's watch.
Yes.
Let's hear actually.
Ma'am, fear is good because it teaches you many things to do in life, and it pushes you in a good place.
Fear pushes you into a good place.
Good area.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, explain that.
Because if we want to achieve anything, there is a fear to do that thing. And
Yeah. Continue.
And it forces us to try many other things. Because fear is the only thing which keeps us motivating to do many things. And it has a perspective and a motive to live. And the fear makes us stronger, much more stronger to deal with certain things.
Certain things, it makes you stronger, is what you said.
Yes, ma'am.
There is one sentence that you said earlier. Can you say fear motivates us? What did you say?
No, ma'am. Fear teaches us many things to do in life and pushes us in a good pace of fear.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah. And we know that if मैम हिंदी में बोलो.
हाँ बोलो ना.
हाँ मैम अभी मेन हमको डर कब हम क्यों डरते हैं जब हम किसी को रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं या किसी रेस्पेक्ट से बात करते हैं. एग्जाम्पल बॉस, हमारे घर के बुजुर्ग लोग, जब भी हम कुछ बात करते हैं तो हम हमारा वॉइस थोड़ा नॉर्मल पेस पर रखते हैं क्योंकि हम उनकी इज्जत करते हैं, उनकी रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं, तो वो डर हमारे अंदर रहता है.
So fear of authority you're talking
और
about.
वो डर अच्छा है.
1 minute.
हाँ मैम.
Fear of authority is good, you're saying, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because it teaches you how to respect other people and how to respect others' opinion, taking your opinion.
Okay. You're done, or we have to pass it to Siddesh?
I have done, ma'am.
Okay.
So, am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes. Very much.
Yes. So, good evening, everyone present here, and wish you happy Gudi Padwa or Ugadi.
Yeah.
It's a new year. So, starting with my topic, I have a question for you. How many of you want to lose weight the easy way?
Of
Me.
So, I guess everyone, it's a very obvious question. So, I have found this when I started researching on this topic. So what you have to do is you have to just watch a horror movie. So when you watch a horror movie, it's type of fear. You're scared of the ghost and all. So what happens is it increases your metabolism, it increases your blood rate, and it also increases the amount of energy your body consumes to pump that blood. So it is found by scientists that if you watch a horror movie that actually scares you, you can burn around 100 to 115 calories, which is equivalent to an half-hour walk. So, so if you want to
I
lose
love
weight,
you, Siddesh. Thank you so much. And all the audience out there, this is a wonderful tip given by him. And for those people who don't have the time or do not have the energy to run around, this is something really great. Can you just repeat what is the amount of calories that can be lost by watching half an hour of movie?
it's a whole movie. I don't think it's half an hour, 1.5 hours, maybe.
1.5 hours. Okay,
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
movie.
1.5
Yeah.
hours, whole movie. So you can lose around 100 to 115 calories.
100 to 115 calories. That's all.
Yeah, that's why it is equivalent to half-hour walk. It's not equivalent to running. Running actually will burn more. So
half an hour walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, so that is how I would like to start, that fear is in a way good for you. And I also have one more question for all of you guys. Do you know what is goosebumps?
Yes.
Yeah. So
what about others? Please answer.
Yes, I know what goosebumps are.
Disha, goosebumps का मतलब मालूम है क्या?
Yes, yes.
उसको हिंदी में कैसे बोलेंगे?
रोंगटे खड़े हो जाना.
Very good. Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
So I would like to continue with the actual meaning of goosebumps. Whenever you get goosebumps, it actually means that the body hair, it stands up. So there is a reason for it, and it's actually useful for us when we were at the starting of the civilization. So in that case, suppose there were, of course, wild animals around you, and your house was not that protected, that you cannot stop animals from coming into your house. So what used to happen is, suppose you see a lion, consider a lion. So you will get scared. So the body's reaction is to give you goosebumps. So in that case, the body hair stands up. And when the body hair stands up all over your body, it makes you look larger.
One second. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. So when the body hair stands up all over your body, it makes you look larger. So that has a chance that your opponent or that animal maybe get scared because of your size increased. So that is one very
It's an illusion.
useful.
It's an illusion,
it's an
of
illusion.
being
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was quite useful during the old times. I don't think right now is that useful. And also I would like to say that fear is a kind of a sixth sense. So if you have seen the movie Final Destination, so there is a guy who gets some what do you call it, imagination or a dream before things actually happen. So he has a kind of sixth sense, and he can sense who is going to die.
Yeah. I think I've seen it. Yes.
There is actually 5 to 6 movies in a series. It's quite a successful series. So in that case, I think many of us have that sixth sense that we just guess it, that, okay, I don't know what it actually is, but something is wrong. So you try to avoid it. And this is how it can be in a good way, that you have the fear and you get the sixth sense. And also, if you didn't have fear, you would never plan or prepare for anything. Like, let's just say you are preparing for an exam. So you're actually not scared of it. So what scared does it helps you start thinking, okay, how should I avoid this? Or how should I overcome this? So in that case, you start preparing and make a plan. So that is also helpful overall in your life, in anywhere. I believe in success also, because that is what is naturally pushing you to plan. Or even in case of deadlines, it helps you to get that extra energy or pushes your body so that you can reach a target. Yeah. So this is what I found about how fear is good for ourselves. And yes, I would like to end it here. Thank you.
Very well said. I would like to really congratulate him. And yes, you can give him a huge round of applause. Daksh and Disha, I think you had really
Yes.
very good opponents who put their ideas also as beautifully as you have put the ideas. So any question for the fearless fighters? Where you could probably prove that fear is bad.
No, ma'am, I don't think so.
Okay. What about you, Daksh?
No, not really. I mean, some of like a lot of his points just they make sense, but I kind of have like a rebuttal of sorts.
You have a?
Like a rebuttal. I have like
Please go ahead.
Okay, so I like how he mentioned that you can use fear to motivate yourself, and also I really like the fact that he said you can burn calories watching
Correct.
horror movies.
Correct.
That I agree with. So some points I agree with, some points I feel like that using fear as a motivation, while it's good, but it sort of takes away from your 100% focus. It's like if you don't have fear, like majority of your brain, it can process, like make more efficient decisions, and you can use a focus to your 100%. And without using fear as like a crutch, you can learn to sort of live up to your full potential in terms of decision making, maybe of your social life. And the example I gave before was using deadlines as like a fear. Okay, deadline pass mein hai, I'll finish my work when the deadline comes. What that does is that sort of builds a bad habit, but it's better to it's better to take some responsibility, and like you can practice this habit of doing things as they come. So that's another good habit you can build by
So
like
you mean to say, instead of motivating with fear, you can motivating with helping people become responsible.
yes, like fear to an extent, it's good, but it's like a replacement for other habits that you can learn.
Wonderful. Very well put. Any counter argument, Siddesh?
Yes, I very well agree with Delightful Daksh. And so I would also like to clarify about the point he said, that you should not depend on fear. So that is absolutely true. So suppose you have a target, you should not scared unnecessarily or unknowingly. So the fear part kicks in the end if you forget to do it, or you're just preventing it or anything. So that both are a different phase. So in the starting phase, you never should be scared of anything. unless you try it or anything. But the fear kicks in as a positive advantage when it is at the end stage or you don't have any option.
Wonderful. Daksh, anything you want to say with regards to that?
No, ma'am. What he said is right. To an extent, fear is good, which I also agree with, and especially the horror movie part, I agree with a lot. But
But what about what Disha said? Like, I mean, if that fear is causing so much of pain and so much of, havoc within the individual and losing the self-esteem. So don't you think fear is bad?
yeah, no, I 100% that fear is bad when you you can't rely too much on fear. It
Okay.
works as a substitute, which I also mentioned, but you shouldn't use it all the time, and you should do as much as possible to avoid fear, because ultimately fear is bad. It can benefit you. They're both sides of the same coin, two different sides of the same coin.
वो
But
मैम right
to you should try to live without fear as much as possible. That's when you will accomplish the best version of yourself.
Correct. Very true.
Hello.
Jinendra, there's background sound, please.
Hello.
1 minute, Disha, 1 minute, just a minute. Jinendra, can you mute yourself? Because the background sound is too much. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, Disha, tell me.
Yeah, I just want to say that fear is bad, and it becomes worse when it creates that vicious circle of anger, anxiety, and then other
Panic.
diseases. Yeah, panic. But to overcome or to realize, or we have 5 steps. First is we have to accept it. Then we have to identify whether it is rational, primal, or it is irrational.
Correct.
Like I said in the example that she had a fear of approval. She wanted approval of everyone. So, and next is, if we identify, then we have feel it, accept it, and then fight it.
Correct.
So ultimate, we have to fight or flight. So that will decide your future life.
Okay. That was really well said by the team. So if I had to give points team-wise, Delightful Daksh and Dashing Disha were really good with respect to the preparation that they made, and also with respect to the rapport that they have built with each other. So much so that it is DD1 and DD2. So
Yes, ma'am. I was actually thinking, because I asked her beforehand that what will she appear as, like her name, and then I was thinking a lot. I was like, should I go with something unique? And I was like, no, this is like a team group, and so I thought, might as well compliment her.
Perfect. Disha, how do you feel, about this change that he has brought?
Very nice. Feeling is like, no, I won't go for approval, but I feel good. I feel good.
You really feel that somebody is taking so much efforts,
Yes,
to be a part of the team and, make the team win.
Would you believe that I, in the evening, I told Daksh that yesterday that was offline. So I felt better and I was not, but today it is online. So in preparation, I'm feeling nervous, but I did full afternoon. I couldn't sleep.
So I'm so glad.
I couldn't sleep. I had to prepare all these things.
Wonderful. I'm so happy. So I'll keep you on your toes, huh? So Management Me School of Confidence is going to make people work, keep you on your toes, and I hope I lose some calories.
But yesterday offline was better.
Offline charm cannot be replaced by online.
Yeah.
But then there are certain technical aspects we need to deal with it.
We know Corona had taught all these things.
Yes, and one of the purpose of this online session is that we at least get to educate the audience who will be watching it, if not now, maybe later on, and it will be a permanent memory, So anytime you can come to my channel and you can watch these videos, especially the ones that we have at 8:30 to 9:30 every Wednesday, where we are talking about secrets of living a full life, so that even if one person is inspired by this talk and decides to let go of his or her fear, then maybe they will be reaching their goals, and that is worth the effort that we have taken. And apart from everyone, I would say Siddesh has given me so much of techniques, at least these two powerful techniques that are there. I'm definitely going to try the horror movie. At least half an hour I won't be able to walk, so at least I will try the horror movie, watching it, but that's 3 times the time that I will be putting in. So time is also a resource. However, it was a very wonderful conversation, very focused conversation, where you really took the trouble to prepare and ensure that whatever you said came out as being credible. And yes, every point was valid, whether it was what Delightful Daksh said, whether Disha said, whether Jinendra said, or whether Siddesh put it forward. So the audience out here, they're giving you real value, and please, please, please ensure that every Wednesday you're there from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And you can also participate in the comments, though I won't be able to answer in the comments now, but put down whatever questions you have, and I'll definitely be answering it back to you once the session is over, and maybe the next day. Or there is also a Google form link that is there in my video's description, where you can send me your messages. And yes, we are here with you. So from the discussion that we had about fear being good or fear being bad, well, it also depends on some of the things that you said that is good, and fear should not be a limitation for people, and we should not replace it by positive habits. All said and done, people are not the same. They are different. Some people get motivated by fear, some people get demotivated by fear. Some people use their fear, some people let the fear consume them. So it depends on the kind of person that you are. So for people who are motivated with fear, you can give them deadlines, and they will really be wanting to do work, by pushing themselves beyond their limits. But those who are very sensitive, they get consumed by the fear. So it is better to build responsible habits, like as Daksh rightly pointed out, so that they do not, look for motivation in fear. And another thing that Daksh said was, when your mind is free of fear, as you said, fear consumes a lot of calories, right? So when your mind is, Siddesh, so when your mind is free of fear, your mind is relaxed, calm, so the focus is improved. And when the focus is improved, we can go further faster. Now, if you will see in the education system, earlier we had a saying which said, spare the rod and spoil the child. So there, change was sought with respect to fear. You also have certain people or certain bosses who try to bring discipline with fear. But like even authority figures, as Jinendra said, now, is it out of respect that you're fearing them, or is it out of the position that they are in that you're fearing them and giving them respect? So about the position, sometimes, yeah. So it's the position. So not just the position, but we would love to respect people who are genuinely themselves. And because of that, we give respect. So instead of taking or adopting any sort of action which is pro fear, I think we have to spread peace instead of promoting fear. So if you are like now the new system that has come, because of the fear of failures, everybody was made to pass in the examinations. Jinendra, you will have to be in a place where there is no background sound, or you have to mute yourself. Thank you. So fear is good, at times it's bad. And I'm sure for people, those who are suffering from anxiety, depression, OCD, or problems related to multiple personalities or any mental health challenges, fear is really ugly. fear is really ugly. It is a fear of something that makes them do something. For example, if it is OCD, the need to clean your hand, it is a fear that you're not hygienic, you're not clean. So if it is depression, it is a fear that you won't be able to make a place for yourself in future, right? If it is any social phobia, the fear of not being approved by others. So fears have a basis in all negativity, and hence depends on how you can take fear. Sometimes you can use fear to motivate yourself to reach your goals. Sometimes you can, fears might be threatening. So it depends on the situation. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. Fear is good, fear is bad, fear is ugly, fear exists. It is the truth. But what do you do about it will depend on the kind of person that you are. So the first step is in knowing yourself. Now let me share. I'll give the points. Should I give the points publicly here or tomorrow in class? Do you want to know the points? Both the group, Delightful Daksh and Dashing Disha.
I'm okay with it actually. Like if anyone does not want, then I really don't mind tomorrow. But like if everyone is
What
okay,
about you,
then
Siddesh? Abhi bol do.
I don't mind.
All right. Disha and Jinendra, okay?
Ha,
Give me a
if
thumbs up sign.
our team is okay, then okay.
Fine. So for the presentation, very well said by Delightful Daksh and Dashing Disha. So 8 points for your presentation. With respect to Siddesh and Jinendra, that is a Fearless Fighters, you get 10 points for the way you presented it. And I would say that Siddesh has taken the entire load. The way he caught the audience, the way he handled every objection was really commendable. So he gets 10 for it. He also gets a 5 for talking about the horror movie. He also gets a 5 for talking about the Goosebumps thing, because these are news and I don't think anybody knew about this. So that's 20 points for Jinendra and Siddesh. When we take for Daksh, I would say for the example that Daksha gave, very well explained. It was awesome. So 5 points for that example, and 5 points for Daksh for refuting the point and putting it so simply and beautifully that why you believe that fear is bad. Plus, I gave a 2 to you. I do not know for what I have written it here. Yes. I gave a 2 for you for writing feel, accept, fight. Who said this? Daksh or Disha?
Me.
Disha, yeah. So 2 marks for that. So that becomes 8 plus 2, 10 and 10. That is again 20. So both the groups have got exactly 20. So it's a huge win for both the teams. Awesome. And it's a double win for me because you are into my school of confidence and this is superb. I never thought it would be equal. Fantastic, fantastic. Very well done for your 4th class. Siddesh, this is your 4th class, right?
Yes.
And Daksha and Disha, I think it is your 2nd class. Second
Yes.
class Disha and
Yes, yes.
Daksha, I think it's 3rd class.
Yes, yes.
Superb, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So let me just share my inputs a little bit about fear. I'm not going to cover the topics we have already covered. Allow me to share the presentation. Okay. So we had this beautiful conversation of whether fear was, why is it not happening? 1 second. Yes, we had this beautiful conversation of whether fear is good or fear is bad. So finally, now you are out of your teams, you are yourself. So you can share your own opinions as to at what point are you now where you think about fear. So what is your attitude towards fear now? Yes, Siddesh, you can start. Oh, Daksh wants to start. Yes, Daksh.
Yeah, I just want to mention, right, like you're asking this as like personally where I'm at, right?
Personally, yes, 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 personally.
So I am guilty of using fear as a motivator.
Okay, so can you throw a little bit of light into it? Like, why do you feel that you're guilty of using it as a motivator?
Right. I feel, see, I feel like I have not been in the practice of building a habit where like I can, like responsibly do something. And sometimes I have to practice like how productive I can get. And I feel like distracted many times, right? So uh building productive habits is it's like distraction takes over, and then what's left is just fear being the motivator in a lot of situations actually.
So I think you should thank Siddesh for bringing this point out. And your next assignment is to make your productivity chart.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
And you only said now that you should be creating responsible habits.
I know, ma'am, that's contradictory.
So it's like, who will bell the cat? And he did that. So wonderful, wonderful, Daksh. Yes. Who else?
Ma'am,
So
Yes.
yeah, you go ahead.
Yes, Disha.
I would say that fear is good till
Hmm.
it doesn't harm or obstruct or spoil our life. But when it enters into our life and it disturbs, interferes,
Hmm.
then fear is bad. Otherwise, fear, yeah, really, it sometimes motivate.
Hmm. So what can you do when fear enters your life?
We have to recognize, we have to actually, recognition is must. Then we have to
Recognition.
accept it.
Correct.
That fear
Recognition
is
of the fear.
entering, that fear is entering into a borderline where
Hmm.
it should not.
Hmm.
There
Hmm.
should be a limit
But who decides that limit is my question.
on oneself.
Oneself. Yes.
Yeah.
So for understanding that, you need to be self-aware,
Yeah.
right? So you have to increase your awareness about your own self.
Huh.
So when you actually monitor yourself, when you start understanding yourself, yeah.
Yeah, it is, sometimes it is difficult for self to recognize, but if our near ones can suggest, because
Hmm.
they can observe, because
Correct.
it impacts on our social life, it creates social anxiety also, fear.
True, very true, very true.
So when a people, a member, our family members, if anyone recognize and sees the difference that
Hmm.
something is disturbed,
Hmm.
then they can help,
Suggest.
suggest, they can
Yeah.
suggest help or counsel, matlab further help they can.
Give. Correct. Very true. So just as parents, they check that
Yeah.
and they're very aware about the kids, they be there for support. So they
Hmm.
help out. So like that, even adults at times need this
Yeah.
kind of recognition from their support group. But many times, because we are adults, they're saying, why should you be scared?
Yeah.
Like, for example, when I was talking about this particular session and how it will go with my own self, I got so free. I got so free because I said, fear is good, fear is bad, fear is ugly. But it
Ma'am,
is what it is.
yes.
It is
I
what it is. Yeah.
I want to mention that we Indians,
Hmm.
I'm not generalizing, but still I can say that we are not so much aware of mental health and psychological problems.
Correct.
That is must, because 70% of our diseases are psychosomatic diseases. They
Correct.
appears first in mind, then in body.
Correct.
So awareness is required.
And the basis of it, is fear.
Yes.
As
Because
somebody said, no, in the discussion, somebody said,
our grandparents would used to say that no, अच्छा है, डर के रहेंगे तो अच्छे से रहेंगे, गलत नहीं करेंगे. But it doesn't work every time.
Correct.
Nowadays, it can't work.
Correct. Somebody said, no, fear is the strongest emotion that we feel.
I
This was
said
a-
only. It
You
is the
said.
oldest and strongest emotion of mankind.
Exactly. So the body has a memory.
Yeah.
So the fear memory is easily triggered.
Yes.
And secondly,
is-
the conditioning that we have had from the society.
Hmm. As I said that there is 3 types of fear: rational, irrational, and primal. Primal is the one thing
Basis.
that is programmed in our mind.
Correct. And that fear is only 2 types of fear. That
Yeah.
is the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. These are the 2
Yes.
primal fears that we have. Apart from
Yeah.
that, we don't have any fear. Whatever fear we have is what we have picked from the society, from the environment, from the person,
Yeah.
or even from the genes.
Yes.
And the rational fear is that, oh, there is a lion there.
There
and
is
it very hungry.
that is the real. And
The lion
irrational is
hungry.
unknown. Yeah.
Lion is hungry and Disha is standing in front of the lion. So obviously Disha will know what she has to do and she will be scared that the lion is going to eat her. So that's a rational fear.
Yes.
Can somebody give me an example of an irrational fear?
That is, I think, whichever I quoted the example is about irrational.
Correct.
Because she had the fear of approval.
Correct.
And
the need for
be
approval.
good to be. Yeah. Good.
Fear
good,
of
good.
disapproval, the fear of disapproval and the need for approval.
Yes. Sorry. Approval.
So Jinendra, can you name any one fear that you have? Jinendra, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah. One fear that you have.
Fear of confidence.
Fear of confidence, not having
Yes.
confidence.
Yes, ma'am.
Or fear of having confidence. Kya? Having confidence or not having confidence?
Not having confidence.
The fear of not having confidence. किधर है वो fear? किधर है वो fear?
पता नहीं.
दिमाग में ना?
हाँ.
दिमाग में है ना fear?
हाँ.
So the fear is in the mind. Right? What is the mind? What is the mind? Is the mind real? So the fear is of not having confidence. Not having confidence will be when? Somewhere in future, right? So the fear is in the mind and that fear is related to the future. Is it there now? It's a future fear, no, Jinendra? So the fears can be either in the future or it can be in the past. And these fears are irrational. Like, for example, at a particular place, you met with an accident. So whenever you go to that place, you remember that. But is it a probability that you will be having an accident again there only? Not necessary, no? So that fear becomes an irrational fear. Okay. So we go forward.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a point about how fear is bad. So my topic was fear is good. So I also have a point of fear is bad. So if we look at our history or past, like in personal life, all the regrets we have, it is all due to fear of rejection, fear of disapproval, or fear of being different. So in that way, it stops you to be something more in your life.
Correct.
And it has also caused herd mentality. So herd mentality means if like 1,000 people believe something is true, you also start believing it is true without actually trying to find about it or trying to just research or anything about it. So
Correct.
in that
Correct.
way, it also stops you to do something different or try to discover something new things.
True. So the question was, after this discussion that we had about fear being good and fear being bad, what is your realization for yourself regarding fear?
In moderation, it's good. Like certain places it can help, but same again my point that the more you can live without it, the better. That's personally what I feel.
Correct. Correct. So you already put in your point, Daksh. I'm asking Siddesh. I think Disha also put in her point, and Jinendra, as to what is your take right now with regards to you and fear.
So from the discussion, I found out that there are different types of fear. That is rational and irrational. So firstly, I would.
Siddesh, wait. I don't want the synopsis of the session. It's there. I am asking you right now, when you think about fears and yourself, what is your take? Like, how do you look at fear now? Whatever fears you have.
It is bad.
For you, fear is bad because it stops your growth. Correct? So you would make a choice not to be fearful, but you will want to make a choice of being fearless.
Yes.
That's why you named yourself as Fearless Fighters. See, again, I got the word.
I would also like try to identify what kind of fear is it. Is it rational or irrational? Depending on that, I would work on.
Correct. Okay. So let's go forward. Now, irrespective of the fear, now you've got an awareness of the fear. And once you're aware about the fear, you can move forward in spite of it. And if it is a fear, like as you said, you can check whether it is rational or irrational, and you share your fear with a trusted friend or guide so that you know how you can come out of it. Many times I tell myself this, and especially after talking to you and after hearing about your take on what fear is and how it has made a difference to you, this discussion has made a difference to you. It has really made a lot of difference to you even before the session. So the time that I conceived that this is going to be the topic of today's discussion, I suddenly became so free that whatever fear I had with respect to my business, everything just blew away. I said, after all, it's just a fear. And who on this earth does not feel fear? So having courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. Having courage means the decision to move forward in spite of fear. And therefore, I made this quote for myself, and I think everybody can use this quote. It is, my dream is so beautiful that I can't let my fear overpower me. I want all of you to say that together. Unmute yourself and say that together with the feeling. Daksh.
My dream is so beautiful that I can't let my fear overpower me.
Siddesh.
My dream is so beautiful that I can't let my fear overpower me.
Disha.
My dream is so beautiful that I can't let my fear overpower me.
And all the audience, you can repeat after me. My dream is so beautiful that I can't let my fear overpower me. Because many, many dreams have been killed because of fear. So I would suggest kill that fear. And if you have seen my Management Me page, I don't know, somewhere I've written is fear is an excuse, please excuse it. So fear is an excuse, according to me, not to reach your goal. So move away from fear, excuse it, and remember that your dream is so beautiful that you will not let fear overpower you. Now, fear is in the mind, not in the reality. It is about that which does not exist. That means it is imaginary. And it can either be of the past or it can be of the future. And because it is of the past and it or of the future, and it is in the mind, it is imaginary, but still you suffer. Look at the logic. You suffer for something that does not exist. So what if I fail? Arey, you've not yet given the exams. रुकना. अभी से क्यों सोच रहा है? पढ़ाई करना. जो करना है वो करना. सोच क्यों रहा है कि फेल होगा? Right? So you suffer for something that does not exist. At this moment, it is not that I am right now here. There is no question about me failing in the exam because I've not yet given the exam. And once you have given the exam, there is no fear because I've already given the exam. So whether I will pass or fail, it is a reality. Right? So there is no point in getting scared because of that. Jo hai, so hai. So when you use logic to tackle your fear, it becomes less threatening. So the basis of fear is imagination. It is not reality. And just imagine how much we suffer in imagination. Boyfriend getting scared of girlfriend, going away. Bosses getting scared of people leaving the organization. Organizations getting scared there's going to be employees getting scared that there is going to be a new boss that's going to come. People thinking that because they have done something different, they may lose their reputation. These are all imaginary fears and it doesn't exist in reality. It is in the mind. That's why it is not in actuality. So it is the basis of fear is imagination and not reality. Imagination is a very powerful thing. You can create what you want. So if you're creating fear, fear is going to be your reality. What you fear, you will make it come true. But if you're creating the best life for you in your imagination, that is what is going to come true as well. Because you're always right. You can never be wrong. Now, another thing that I can say is most of the times, we do not believe that we deserve dreams. We don't believe that we deserve our dreams. And hence, we give power to our fears. How many of you feel that I don't deserve a great future? That is where the fear is going to come. Many times we do that, na? Can I have that car, which is a Bugatti Veyron? Now it seems possible for me. But first I used to think, अरे वो तो बहुत high class लोगों का ये है, मुझे नहीं मिल सकता. Why? I deserve it. I deserve it. Daksh, are you going to come for a ride with me in my Bugatti Veyron? Are you there, Daksh? Since you have not answered, you will have to take me in your Bugatti Veyron. Hello, Daksh, are you there?
Hello.
You're there, right? Huh?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now you have to take me in your Bugatti Veyron.
Okay, ma'am.
Let's go. Yes. So now my question to you is, what do you deserve? I want you to say out loud, what do you deserve? And what fear stops you from deserving that?
I feel that I deserve as much as other people around me.
Why
Like
only other people?
no, this is just like the minimum, or I actually can't think of like what all, like, that would be like a huge list, but the
Right.
bare minimum is as much as other people.
So what is that as much as other people? So if you're going to get a job, what is going to be your pay pack? This is the time for creation. Let's just create, because I need to know whether you believe that you deserve it or not. You've been a student of one of the best schools in film and television. So in the entertainment industry, So you have invested a lot into yourself, time, energy, money, resources, everything, right? So, see, one of the laws that I follow is the law as in NLP, which says responsibility for value. So whatever amount has gone into your education, you should be earning at least 10 times of that. हक से, आपका हक है वो.
ma'am.
You deserve it.
10 times overall in your life, or at the start only?
Right? 10 times of every investment that you make. Like if you have paid me 28,000, you should be getting a repayment of 2,80,000 at least. With your speaking skills having improved and with your personality having become better, you should get a salary and you should earn at least that much. You have to make, whether in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, etc. Then only you are taking the responsibility for the value that you have put into management me. Once you put that and fix it in your mind, it is going to happen automatically. Right? So you have to ensure that you get a job or you have some business or some investments that you make, which will give you at least that much amount of money, which is 10 times your investment.
It's like making the most of everything.
Exactly. So it's like you respect money. And only if you respect money will money come back to you, no? You understand the value of money and you will decide that this is what comes back to me. So that's why we say whenever you put yourself into a learning mode and you invest into the learning mode, never think about discounts, never think about, getting it at the least price or getting it free. Free means people will take away free from you. Are you getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you have to respect money, then only money will come to you. जिसको आप रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करते हो आपके पास आएगा क्या? नहीं आएगा ना. And secondly, the frequency of money is very high. So you have to also vibrate in that frequency. ना वो energy उतनी होनी चाहिए. So इसलिए आपकी सोच को बढ़ाओ, घटाओ मत. There is abundance. बहुत पैसा है दुनिया में. और आपके पास भी बहुत पैसा है. So if you create that in your mind that you have a lot of money with you, you will have people investing in you. And you will be getting the best opportunities. So think back, ask these questions to you. What is the fear that stops me from reaching my dreams? Do I really believe that I should be getting the best car in my life? I should be getting the best job. I should be getting the best partner. I should be having the best bank balance, both in the bank and in my life. Then only I will be called as wealthy. So what will your fear lead to? We have already discussed about this. Any doubts that it will lead to pain and sorrow? And sometimes it will lead you to your desires also, if you take action. Is it worth keeping your fear?
Not at the cost of everything you deserve.
Correct. What about you, Disha? Is it worth keeping your fear?
Keeping what fear? No, I would say I'm a blessed person. I have a life which many people desire. But somewhere there is, I need or I require inner satisfaction, inner myself. So I want to earn respect, blessings, and then later on money.
So what is your fear?
Fear that at this point of life, not any fear should stop me.
Fear that there is a
If-
fear.
If it motivates, then it's okay. Otherwise, please don't come fear in my life now.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm really thankful for the efforts that everybody has taken. That you
I-
could say such a thing openly in front of the audience. That is awesome. That's fantastic. I'm sure you have taken such a great leap. That means you have overcome your fear. The first step is already you have climbed. अब ये पिक्चर ही देखो ना आप यहाँ पे एक दूसरे को
Yes.
खींच रहे वो पहला अगर एक पैर ऊपर रख दिया तो बाकी लोग तो अपने आप को आपके लेके जाएंगे ऊपर.
Yes, yes.
Right? And I think this, as this man is standing with his hands in front, you're going to stand saying that, wow,
Yeah,
I've done it.
That's what I want, my inner satisfaction.
That's what you
Inner
will
myself.
get.
Inner myself.
Yes, that's what you will get.
And I'm in search.
Yes, and you already taken the first step to see what you can do with yourself and develop yourself so that you have no fears
But
and you just reach your dreams.
only fear that whatever I want, just I'm telling that my inner satisfaction or inner myself, it is difficult to explain my people. Because
Yeah,
they
so
will say,
it's-
पागलपंती है, nothing है, सब कुछ तो है. But
अरे
अंदर
नॉर्मल
से-
नॉर्मल
But-
लोग अबनॉर्मल ड्रीम्स नहीं पहुंचा सकते.
हाँ, तो मैं बस
Right?
I just want to say that हाँ मैं गलत नहीं हूँ, अलग जरूर हूँ. I'm अलग हूँ, गलत
हाँ,
नहीं हूँ,
I'm
लेकिन
different.
yeah, and my choices are something different.
Correct.
But I want to fulfill.
You will fulfill it. So Disha, who knows that ये पागलपंती जो आप कर रहे हैं ना आपके हिसाब से, ये पागलपंती से काफी लोग इंस्पायर होते हैं. मैं भी पागल थी ना. 4 साल पहले मैंने VRS ले
नहीं,
लिया.
नहीं
4
बाकी
साल
सबका
पहले
यही
मैंने
है.
VRS ले लिया. मुझे सब लोग बोले पागल है क्या? तो मैंने बोला
What is
हूँ.
VRS?
वॉलंटरी रिटायरमेंट
Voluntary
अच्छा,
retirement.
फ्रॉम सर्विस.
हाँ, नहीं पर मेरा ऐसा है कि मतलब सब वही बोलेंगे. आउट बाहर से अगर देखें मेरी लाइफ, तो आई थिंक एवरीथिंग इज देयर. जो कोई डिजायर करेगा ऐसी लाइफ आई हैव, बट इनर में देयर इज एम्प्टीनेस, समथिंग
Correct.
मिसिंग, समथिंग इज मिसिंग इन माय इनर.
Correct. There's a beautiful video about the missing piece. I will definitely
Yes.
be sharing it with you tomorrow when you
Yeah.
come at 4 p.m. 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yes,
4 p.m.
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So, everybody is in search of something. At least you know what that something is. 75% of the population does not know what that something is. You know what it is.
Yes.
So, and being inspired by you to, start learning and completing your studies and all, and, learning something different. That's why I told you I'm really having so much respect for you कि मैं क्या बता नहीं सकती हूँ कि
Thank you, ma'am.
आपने
Thank
इतना
you,
बड़ा
thank you.
कदम लिया है. So all the
Thank you.
people out there, please be inspired by the dashing Disha, who is really investing into herself for her personal growth without any compulsion. ऐसा नहीं है कि इसको मेरा सर्टिफिकेट नहीं मिलेगा तो नौकरी में आगे बढ़ नहीं सकेगी. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. ना किसी ने उसको बोला है कि आपको ये करके ही आना है. उसको ऑफ कोर्स इंस्पायर किया उसके बच्चों ने. एंड रियली हैट्स ऑफ टू योर किड्स who's actually inspired you to do what you're doing, and you will become an inspiration to the world. Mark my words. मेरी काली जबान से मैं ये बोल रही हूँ.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm sure. So I think Daksh and Siddesh, you should also tell your moms about Disha and how she is adding value to our sessions here. Fantastic. So it was wonderful being with all of you. I am so happy that you have taken it beautifully. And I'm sure the audience who's watching it will definitely be coming back every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. for the one and only full talks, which is secrets of living a full life that is fearless, unstoppable, limitless, and loving life. Stay blessed. Good night. Shubhratri, or sleep well, and see you tomorrow. Stay blessed.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.